Uganda Revenue Authority, the country's aggregate tax revenue body, is expected to broaden its revenue base in order to meet the strategic development initiatives, despite often falling short on physical targets. Among the many recommendations is to tap into income that was previously untaxed. The Parliamentary Committee on Finance projects an increase from 25.5 trillion shillings to 29.3 trillion shillings, while providing propositions such as tax on livestock. A private member's bill moved by Honorable Asime Enos on livestock identification, registration and movement is yet to be unpacked in Parliament, one that is anticipated to vest the tax endeavours.
The Ministry of Finance have projected that URA must collect additional 3.8 trillion in the coming financial year, from 25.5 trillion to 29.3 trillion. And the question we are asking is, if the tax base is not broadened, where do they expect the Uganda Revenue Authority to collect money from? You are just setting them to fail. And yet there are many Ugandans who have business revenue, business income. One of which I've given you is on cows. They must pay taxes. The second one is on gold. Gold is now the #1 revenue earner in the country. But these people have been paying zero taxes. And I'm told they are suing the Commissioner General. They have run to court. They have not paid taxes. In the other financial year is about 350 billion shillings, which they have not paid.
The 2020 data from Ministry of Agriculture and Uganda Bureau of Statistics show that Uganda had only 14.2 million cattle, 16 million goats, 4.5 million sheep, 47.6 million poultry, and 41.1 million pigs. This perhaps was an extra motivation for Otuke Member of Parliament, Paul Omara, to as well propose a tax on animal sales, noting that Ugandans have accumulated wealth from cows, yet they do not pay taxes.
Taxes on animals, on cows, on goats, on sheep. The majority of the leaders in government, be it politicians, be it civil servants, people have ranches with thousands of cattle. They sell them, they earn so much money in what we call business income, but they are paying zero taxes on these animals. So I have told the Minister of Finance that we must introduce taxes on animals. And these would help us to cover the revenue gap which we are seeing, which has been presented to us.
In response to this development, Uganda Revenue Authority says that the suggestion is subjected to further study, and if it is passed, they will go ahead with the implementation.
We've had that proposal. It came through in the committee. Yes, it came through. But again, this will be subjected to further study. I think the spirit is that we must widen our tax base. So a lot of untaxed areas must be identified and be brought on board. And once there is agreement and there is a law in place, as tax collectors will go out and collect tax.
Speaking during an engagement about prudent debt management within East African region, experts disregard the move, calling it evidence of an unstructured agricultural sector.
They have combined trade, industry, cooperative, and they have given it 1.4 trillion. Peanuts. When we added some little money for trade and industry, it comes up to around 500 billion. Peanuts. And we expect to get out of poverty. We expect to trade. We are not trading.
As Uganda grapples with domestic revenue mobilization, several considerations involving tax deepening and widening have been unearthed. From the civil society's perspective, such as Center of Constitutional Governance, Sarah Bireete believes that the tax should be imposed on farmers with more than 30 heads of cattle, since more than 68% of the population is engaged in agriculture, despite rebuke from the Agricultural Ministry. Runana Habwe, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.